This is the On to Mark Wrestling Podcast. Kick back and hang with your hosts, Quixote, Lewis, and Joel. Let's mark out.
Yes, y'all. Welcome to 106 of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. It's your three-man band. It's the fellas up in the place. 106, y'all. What's going on, fellas? We are back with another episode to bring you some more wrestling news for you. We had a big weekend. Our boy Lewis did his thing, giving you guys instant thoughts. And I got to tell you, I agreed with everything he said. Give it up for Lewis. Give it up for Lewis. Lewis, you had some people trying to come at you, some wrestling shills out there who get paid by the company to say they loved it. There's no way, if you are a wrestling fan that's been watching for years, not 4 years ago, I mean years, that you could say that WrestlePalooza was better than All Out in terms of all-around wrestling show. ESPN gave their own programming a C, so you can't tell me. You can't tell me.
Isn't that ironic?
Can't tell me that show was better. But Lewis, you held it down for us, man. Thank you for that. I was on husband duty birthday. I was on birthday watch. I was out of commission. There was no way I could even. I didn't get a glimpse of All Out. Not even a glimpse. I don't even know what it looked like. I don't know what. I don't even know. I know nothing about All Out. But we're back, man, because we had a big weekend. And we had a big win for your girl, Stephanie Vaquer, y'all. Stephanie
give it up.
won. Yeah. Stephanie won the Women's World Championship at WrestlePalooza. Fellas, listen, I had my thoughts. I was looking for a clip. I didn't have time to really look for the clip where I completely.
Of course, you didn't have
bashed.
time to find it.
Yeah, you know that's the one clip I missed. That's the one clip
Right,
I
how
missed.
convenient.
The one clip I missed was of me not giving the props to Stephanie Vaquer, and I'm gonna stand by it right now. I told you, fellas, I'm gonna wait to see what this championship run looks like. But what's your thoughts on La Primera winning the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, y'all? What's your thoughts?
Listen, La Primera is the Women's World Champion, and she is making Quixote eat his words every second that this graphic is posted on display. All I can say is, well, first of all, shout out to all the listeners, viewers, and everyone who engages in our social media content. Stephanie Vaquer wins over Io Sky. And look, the timing is not coincidental. It is Hispanic Heritage Month. So what better way than to have the first South American female, I think the first South American period, to hold a WWE title. And it was a really touching, sweet moment with her dad. I, as a parent, appreciate moments like that because it's just the amount of sacrifices that you have to make in order to, first of all, provide for your child. But then secondly, see your child reach that level of success and do it in such a historic way. That, that must have meant the world. And, it was almost like I was living in that moment with them, like I was there. So yeah, it was really touching. It was a nice little touch to the PLE, and the fans embraced it. They embraced her 2 days later on Raw. Like, she's over. The fans really support her. I mean, they were in where were they? Gainesville?
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like I'm not an expert on the demographics out there, but I'd imagine that there's not a whole ton of Spanish-speaking fans. But
if
you know what? But they were giving they were very receptive to her promo. Her promo, it's awkward when someone can't speak English and you can tell they're trying. But here's the difference between her and anyone else that's tried to do it. She did it so eloquently and so confidently that it's almost as if like she had no problem with the fact that she is very limited in English, and that's with her, improving. And she's only going to get better her English, and it's never going to be to like what we would hear from a Roxanne Perez or something like that,
Right,
obviously.
right.
But I think that vulnerability might actually be an asset for her and the company because learning another language is hard, but to go out there in front of thousands of people in attendance and all those millions of streamers online and just say what you need to say and not look nervous at all, that shit goes a long way. Her character is really one of like just stoic confidence. I don't know how else to put it. It's just like a really stoic confidence to her. She's not going to do anything outlandish. Like that's just not that's not her presentation. But she's got the marketable look. It's relatable, and then you know how many Latina little girls, female fans that are watching that saw that moment. That's what they're going to aspire to be in about 10 to 15 years. Much like how AJ Lee inspired a whole generation, Stephanie Vaquer could very well be in that same position. I mean, it's early to tell, but it's a big, big deal. It's a very, very big deal. And I want everybody to understand like it should be celebrated. It's not something that should be understated, if you will. It's a big deal.
How about you, Joe?
Perfectly said by Lewis, man. As we know here on the mark, we got two huge Stephanie Vaquer fans and one Stephanie Vaquer hater who shall remain nameless right now. But like Lewis said, this was a great moment. It was a great match too. Honestly, I think that was the best match on WrestlePalooza. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky put on a great match. You could tell they had really good chemistry. She pulled out like the Sky Twister, moonsault, whatever you want to call it, to get the victory. It was a great moment. The move landed perfectly. You could see that shot being like in packages for going forward for her career. I think like Lewis said, great moment, great seeing her with her dad, first South American champ. What more can you ask for? I think we're on the verge of seeing a brand new star get there to like the top of the industry when it comes to like the Rheas and Charlotte Flairs and the Becky Lynches. I see Stephanie Vaquer being up there. Just compare it to Tiffany Stratton. I feel like already Stephanie Vaquer has way more going for her than Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton has been champion on SmackDown for I don't even know how long, and it seems like nothing's happening with her. They haven't done anything with her to really elevate her character or bring it to that next level, in my opinion. But you see Stephanie Vaquer, and she's already, I feel like you could put her out there with anybody that's believable. You could put her against Rhea, you could put her against Asuka, you could put her against the Charlotte Flair, and I want to see any of those matches, and I'm tuning in for those matches.
Yeah.
So.
And Tiffany Stratton is not that good of a worker, not for nothing. So Stephanie Vaquer's previous reputation wrestling across the globe definitely helps. Like, what you think? These kids aren't looking up clips of Vaquer on YouTube and other social media clips of previous matches and other promotions. Like they're privy to her work. So that shit goes a long way.
Fellas, listen.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Boy. What we got? What we got, Keone? Oh boy.
Listen, fellas. I understand where you guys are coming from. I respect it. Number one, I respect it. I think you know what it is. I think the character doesn't work for me. I think there's not enough. I think she needs to flush out whatever this is supposed to be and show some personality, right? There was a lot of moments in that match where she could have grabbed that audience even more and didn't, because I don't think there's a connection yet in terms of her knowing who she is as a character. There's no character. She comes out in horns and this stuff that she wears, and it just, you can't just get by on that. Like, it's got to be a little more. Give me more, Steph.
But you can. That's the thing. You can. It takes a special talent. Sometimes less is more. You don't
You know
always
what
have to be cartoony and over the top.
I don't want cartoony, but I definitely want some sort of personality. We need to see we need the personality. She's world champ. She's a baby face. People like her. She's going to be on Billboard. She's going to be in interviews. She's going to be kissing babies at Make-A-Wishes. She's going to be doing all this stuff, right? I don't know who she is. Now we're getting a glimpse with her dad and that emotional side. Maybe they might flesh that out a little bit. But I need a little more, guys. Like, are you sitting up here telling me that the presentation of Stephanie Vaquer and that stupid butt thing that she does, that's not even that over for me? I'm like, all right, I guess. I mean,
it ain't over for you, but it's over for everybody else.
I don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, I don't know, fellas. I respect Stephanie. I know she's it was her dream to become champion and she's worked hard for it and sacrificed or whatever. That's everybody's story. What makes you that different? Because now you got the championship or whatever. Like, what makes you different? I just don't. At least with Tiffany Stratton, there's something there in terms of a personality. She's got the look. She's got everything. She's not the greatest worker, like Lewis said, but she's got personality, and there's something there that some people gravitate to and connect to. I need to know what that is with Stephanie. I just don't get that. I'm sorry. I just don't get it.
Stephanie Vaquer's La Primera. That's all you need to know. That's all. That's it.
She has the it factor, and I think that's what it is. She doesn't need much. She just has the it factor. You see her, she looks like a star. If you're a casual fan, you see her, she looks like a star. She has the it factor. So I don't think she needs a fleshed out character yet. If we're talking a year from now and we still don't know much about who she is, then I might agree with you. But for now, she's just a badass, and I think that's her character for now.
How long?
Fuck it. Give me the next half decade of her dominating. I don't care. She can stay just like that.
Is she holding this title? Would you think? How long is she holding this title? Would you say?
Oh, that's a good question. See, I had when we were messaging each other earlier in the week, I said that I'm not really a fan in this day and age of long-term babyface runs.
Yeah.
So, WWE might actually have her hold it for a pretty long time. I think they're just kind of gauging it by crowd reaction and all of that. Am I crazy to say that they're setting her and Rhea up for a WrestleMania showdown, or maybe that's too far away? But no. I think that's what we're going to get. Like I think they pretty much laid the red carpet out for Rhea Ripley to come out and challenge her at some point. When? I don't know. So that's why I think that would probably be the only reason why I could see them having her as the long-term champ. So, yeah.
I think we're getting that Rhea sooner rather than later, guys.
Probably.
Like, I think we're getting that pretty soon. Where? I'm not sure, but I think we're gonna get that soon. What do you think, Joel?
I don't know. Lou kind of makes sense though, because if you think about it, well, we're in September, almost October. January is right around the corner, and that's WrestleMania season. So if she's holding it by the end of this year, I could see her holding it to Mania. And maybe you have Rhea win the Rumble, Rhea versus Steph, WrestleMania. That's a big time match. Because I'm thinking about, all right, you definitely want to do Rhea versus Stephanie. They're teasing it, but there's no big show right now from now to then, unless you do it at the Rumble as like a world title match. Besides then, you got Crown Jewel, which already ties her up.
Series.
Survivor. They could do it at Survivor Series.
But then they do the women's War Games, so they're going to be tied up probably. Crown Jewel, they do champion versus champion.
Yeah.
So it might just be the WrestleMania match right there. Lou might have just predicted it right there.
I got it. Makes sense.
I got it. I think this is what WWE should do. I think they should have Stephanie and Rhea at Survivor Series. Have Rhea win. Just give Rhea the title. And then this will give Stephanie Vaquer the more her fans more of a reason to root for her because now she's on a quest to get back what she worked so hard for, and that sets up a Royal Rumble victory. You can have Rhea with a long-term win. I mean, a long-term reign, and then you got Rhea versus Stephanie with at WrestleMania, but with Stephanie as the challenger.
You did predict Stephanie winning the Royal Rumble in that famous clip of Quixote hating on Stephanie. So
yes, you did.
I said,
is this the predict? Lewis, I mean, what you just booked makes sense. You have her on that chase now to get back what she lost.
Yeah,
she wins the Rumble. She wins the Rumble, which is a notch under her belt. She gets to Mania, wins back the belt at Mania, has the crowd going crazy in Vegas. The people who spent $32,000 in the front seat get front row action to see Stephanie on the big stage win it. I think that's listen, man. I like it.
They don't need to. Either one of them don't need to be in War Games. They really don't. I mean, if they're in the War Games match, it's fine, but they don't really need. There's enough talent to build up a story for other women to be in the War Games matches. But I say just go with Stephanie and Rhea at War Games, man. Or have her drop the title at the MSG on the Raw on MSG. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't think. I think they would be a mistake to have her carry it all the way to next April. I think that's too long. Too long.
That's true.
Yeah. You got to still make her a sympathetic figure, and especially because she's still trying to establish an identity, so to speak. So, I that would be how I'd book it. But what do I know, right? I don't make the big bucks.
I mean, that doesn't sound too far off, man. Doesn't sound too far off. Well, let's. I want to shift gears, guys. I'm going to shift gears. I want to talk a little bit about the NXT of it all, guys. We are getting some interesting action on NXT. NXT was invaded by TNA. Now, fellas, if you look at this picture closely, you can name and count about 7 to 8 people who were fired by WWE in this list. Pretty much all of them.
Yeah,
right. Isn't that crazy? You looking at this, TNA's biggest stars were old WWE refugees, basically. And they basically sat up there on national television, took over NXT, and now we look like we got a little something happening here. TNA versus NXT. How do you guys feel about it? Like, let me tell you something. NXT, the show for what it is pretty. I enjoy it. I think it's well. I think it's well done. I think it's fun. It's different. It's different than all the other programming WWE puts out. But some complaints was that TNA wasn't getting their fair share of the love out of this partnership. But now it looks like TNA might be getting a rub a little bit. We'll see. What's your thoughts on TNA invading NXT? What's your thoughts, Joe? What do you think?
Yeah, man. I tuned into NXT last night. Actually tuned in I think 2 weeks in a row now. I watch NXT, and I have enjoyed NXT for what it is. I definitely agree with you. It is a different show, but in a vacuum, it is a fun show to watch. It's kind of like outside of the WWE universe a little bit. It's their own little bubble, so it is fun to watch. Yeah. The invasion was kind of telegraphed all night, which was one thing that I was like, I wish it wasn't so telegraphed, because literally every single backstage segment had a TNA person in the background, just like standing in the back suspiciously. Yeah. It's like, all right, come on, like this is so obvious that it's gonna happen. And then they had the big world title versus title match between Oba and Trick, and that's when the invasion happened. So all of TNA people just jumped in from the crowd, which made for a cool moment for sure. Like you said, though, it is hard to take it serious when so many of the TNA guys are just former WWE guys, or like or guys who are barely known, like don't really have a big name right now. They didn't really have like like you could have had the Hardys there, you know, or like maybe Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler. You know, like the bigger names from TNA weren't really there. You did have Moose and Mike Santana was there, but besides that, it just seemed like it was kind of like here's our B level guys to come in. But you know, it is the first strike, I guess, in the war between TNA and NXT. So we'll see where it goes from here. From now, it seems cool. Shawn Michaels is doing a good job booking NXT, so I kind of have faith in him to book a good invasion type angle. So we'll see. I mean, famously, you got the invasion poster right behind Lewis over there.
Oh, there you go.
Famously, a lot of fans think WWE dropped the ball when we had the WCW invasion. So maybe this is their repeat, their time to like fix that up a little bit. And who knows? I mean, there is a lot of fun things you could do with this. Like you have a lot of people in NXT and WWE who are former TNA stars. So maybe you get an AJ Styles show up and have to choose sides or something like that. That might be cool. You do something like that, then this could be a pretty big angle that puts NXT on the map and TNA on the map. So I'm cautiously optimistic for now. I'm definitely tuning in week to week, which is a good sign because I wasn't really an NXT watcher like that. So they have me intrigued at least. So more power to them, honestly.
Where you at with it, Lou? What you think, man? TNA, NXT, the invasion.
This shit sucks. No, I'm kidding. No, I kind of agree with Joel pretty much on all the points. So I think it's good. It's refreshing especially for on the NXT side because I don't regularly watch NXT. I keep up with it through clips online. That's pretty much what I know of NXT. I don't really tune into anything in real time. But I think it's a good rub for TNA, but like Joel said, there aren't enough big stars for TNA's identity for me to be like, oh my God, this is earth shattering. A lot of those guys are formers, you know, like Cedric Alexander, Matt Cardona, and not that they're not big names in their own right, but you know, where were the Hardys and you know, maybe some more old school TNA guys. Kaz was there, Kazarian, which was good. I love me some Mance Warner. I think he's like a hidden gem. It's a little weird in terms of star power, but I am intrigued. They're trying. It really does remind me of this initial invasion here from 2001, because when that invasion happened initially, there weren't enough big names. Like, it was exciting because for the first time we're seeing like this cross promotion on TV, but like your biggest names from the WCW side, with all due respect, were Booker T and DDP. But like, where was, you know, Goldberg, Nash, Flair, Hogan, Hall, Mysterio, Sting? None of those guys were present for that. So, you know, and that begs the question, are there even big enough stars to represent TNA's identity at this point? Because sure, you can bring AJ Styles into the mix because he's a TNA icon, but he's a WWE guy. I mean, he's been in the company for almost 10 years now. So but it's intriguing though. And the fact that Joel said he's going to now tune into NXT regularly, mission accomplished, because now you're going to put more eyes on both shows, hopefully. You know, hopefully TNA gets some viewership out of it.
That's true. Now, fellas, let me ask you something. Is it inevitable that WWE purchase TNA? Is this what we're looking? Is this what's about to go down? What's your
I can see it. Unfortunately, I can see it. Because with TKO having like a bottomless pit of money, apparently, I could totally see that, where they would control another brand. Because if they don't want to outright purchase AEW, then they can at least have another brand to add to their portfolio. So it's like, all right, TKO, we we own the two biggest sports entertainment promotions across the globe, UFC and WWE. But we also have this other wrestling promotion who has a history and a lineage and a hardcore fan base.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen because I do
Yeah.
feel like it should just remain a working partnership for the sake of TNA's identity. But if I don't know, man, I could see it happening though. I don't want it to happen, but I could definitely see it.
I don't
I'm
want it to
sure
happen
Joel,
either.
you could probably agree with me too.
Yeah. I mean, it does seem like it's inevitable at this point. It almost seems like the writing's on the wall, right? But I'm hoping it's not, just because, man, they already have AAA. They get TNA, and I heard a rumor this week. I think Conan mentioned it on his podcast or something, saying that AAA is close to getting a US TV deal as well. So if they get a TV deal, I think that might be the play that WWE is trying to do, where they just have some type of programming on every single day of the week. You got Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday maybe that's where AAA is, and then Thursday is TNA, Friday SmackDown, and then you got your PLEs and your Saturday night main events and all this stuff. They want to control the week of wrestling, and I think it would definitely be a blow to AEW if they get TNA directly under their umbrella. You know that the WWE diehards are going to tune into TNA. And if they just so happen to put that on the same time as AEW, I could totally see AEW's ratings going down, just because there's WWE diehards that are gonna watch anything that WWE puts out. And if you make it easy for them to watch on, like, let's say it's on, I don't know, let's say it's on Peacock or Fox or one of these random channels that WWE has relationships with already, then I could totally see people flipping the channel to whatever's on Wednesday against AEW. So hopefully it doesn't happen, just so that we could still have this two top companies in North America. Because if WWE owns the industry again, we already saw how that happened.
Yeah,
we already saw how that worked. The creative isn't good. The wrestlers get paid less. It's not a good thing for the wrestlers when they can only have one option in town, So hopefully it doesn't happen. TNA, I feel like, has a big enough name with wrestling fans where it could be on its own for a while and just be number 3 and settle into being number 3 in North America. And you have a fan base and you have a history, like Lewis said. They have a pretty long history of. They're like the company that never died, right? Like we've always said, like, oh, TNA, man, they're not gonna last long. They're not gonna last long. They've been around for what, 20,
forever,
almost,
man,
like 30 years at this point. Yeah. So like they have a long history. It would suck for it to all fall under the WWE umbrella, but I could totally see them buying it, even if it's just for the library of like all those classic matches. You got you could then do like especially with like AJ Styles coming up on his, like, it seems like he's retiring soon. You could then do like the definitive AJ Styles DVD or whatever the hell they do, documentary now, because you could get those classic TNA matches. You have the Hardy Boys. You have all of those classic matches from back then. RVD, all those guys who like jumped from company to company. Kurt Angle, Sting. You could have all of these. You could have all of these like definitive things on your streaming platform if you're WWE. So it does seem like the writing's on the wall. I'm hoping that they instead just maybe get their own TV deal. Maybe because of this WWE partnership, they could get their own TV deal and kind of just survive as that third company. But I don't know, man. It seems like there's like they're collecting all the companies like fucking Thanos right now with the Infinity Gauntlet just to take out AEW.
I mean, listen, man, fellas. I mean, speaking of takeovers, if Netflix buys Warner Brothers Discovery, WWE is under the umbrella of Netflix. What happens to AEW if they are still under the umbrella of Warner Brothers Discovery, which is now owned by Netflix? If Netflix buys it, is Tony shopping again? Is Tony shopping again? Like, does he go to Amazon? Listen, the rumors are crazy.
Yeah,
the rumors are crazy. Paramount wants Warner Brothers. Netflix wants Warner Brothers. They're offering cash money. If Netflix takes over Warner Brothers, fellas, where does AEW go from here? They can't. Now, listen, if I'm Netflix, I'm thinking to myself, why can't I keep both of you guys here? Why? I mean,
True.
they're on one night, you're on another night. Like, what's the problem? If I'm Netflix, I don't need to give you up. I now own your network. I
Yeah,
own your company.
that's
But
crazy.
I, fellas, this is very interesting that's happening right now in media companies, but specifically
Yeah.
this one because it involves both WWE and AEW. Um, if you're Tony, are you worried about a possible acquisition of the studio that you are running your shows under, or is this not a big deal? Should Tony even worry about this?
Nah. You know why Tony shouldn't even be concerned, because he's doing what he's doing. He's continuing to do what he has been doing over the last 6 years, which is okay. He has worried, quote unquote, about WWE occasionally in the past, but he's scaled back from that tremendously over the last year or two, where he's not taking jabs at WWE as much as he used to. Like, he's just really focusing on AEW. So if it turns out that Warner Brothers Discovery is purchased by a Netflix or whoever it is, I mean, he's got money out the wazoo. Like, he's gonna figure it out, and especially because he's so passionate about wrestling, his selling point is, look what I have built with AEW. It's not a WWE, but look at my pay-per-view buy rates. Look at my television. Look at the rabid fan base that we have. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is a valuable company for something that's only been around for less than a decade. So I think he'll be fine. And then, there's so many other complexities when it comes to these media companies wanting to acquire the other one, because that's Warner Brothers. But what, is it the film division that's going to be acquired? What happens to HBO Max? Like, there's a lot of different things that we're talking here, because like Netflix they could probably be in play for just the movie, like the
Right.
film stuff. Like, we don't know that encompasses if HBO Max is part of that. I mean, it would be because it's Warner Brothers Discovery, but like, to what extent? Like, would it be that HBO Max just folds and everything goes to Netflix, or is it just Netflix has the streaming rights and they own HBO Max, but HBO Max could still exist as its own division? So there's a lot of different
A
complexities
lot
to
of
it.
questions,
You
Eddie.
know,
Yeah, a lot of questions. Joe, what do you think, man? Should Tony be sweating his S curl out? Like, what do you think?
Nah, I think like Lewis said, the good thing about AEW is that it's owned by Tony Khan at the end of the day. So like,
Mm-hmm.
even if he has to move networks, he still owns the company at the end of the day. So they'll probably just shop around and find a different TV deal, and everything will work out at the end. But the interesting thing about this is, like, if Netflix does end up buying this, is this how we get like the actual forbidden door of WWE
oh,
versus AEW?
that's
Do we
that's
get Netflix
that's very possible.
to force them to play nice to each other? And do we finally
Ooh.
get does Adam Copeland get his name back? Does he get to be Edge? does, do they work out some type of deal where they could get Edge versus Cena in his retirement tour, and he gets his name back in return or something like that?
Do we get a triple threat match at WrestleMania with Roman, Mox, and Seth?
There we go.
Ooh.
What?
We could do the maybe this is something we should like bookmark for another episode, but we should like fantasy book our AEW WWE card. How do we see it?
Oh yeah, we
let's-
definitely should, because we can
let's
get
bookmark
freaking Hangman versus Cody, or you know what I mean, like the rematch, the rematch a decade in the making or some shit.
Wow. Could this be the forbidden door? Well, we'll see about that, because we got more Tony Khan to talk about, fellas. Your boy tonight on AEW Dynamite introduces the first ever women's tag team championship. I think we all saw this coming.
Yeah.
Not a big secret. I think this opens up the door from maybe some more women's matches on television on these pay-per-views.
For sure.
I think this gets more women involved in the ring and on television. Maybe get those reps in. I'm not mad at this. The belts look good. They're just a smaller version of the men's, but they look good. They look fine. I think that keeps it simple, keeps it seamless across the board. AEW, for all it's worth, and for all the belts they got, they make some pretty damn good championships. Like, they look aesthetically pleasing. Like, I haven't seen a belt that AEW has done where I'm like, that ain't hitting. WWE, though, that's a whole nother question. Their belts are questionable. Those look like toys for toddlers. That's what it looks like. It looks like this should not be around a man's waist. That's how bad it looks. Like, it doesn't look right. The old belts, yes, but the new ones, got some questions. But fellas, we finally get the announcement. The women got a tag team championship to go after. More women involved. Like I said, hopefully on TV. Lewis, is this a good thing or bad thing for AEW in terms of getting the women involved? Do you see this actually improving the women division at all? Where you at with it?
It can. I don't think that AEW needed another set of belts, but I'm not mad at it and I'm not opposed to it either because you are starting to see a concerted effort by AEW to put women on TV more, whether it's on Collision or Dynamite and even pay per view. So I think this is a good opportunity because when you think of women on the rise, women on the rise like Tekla, um, that can give Willow some TV time too. Because one of the biggest gripes of Tony Khan's women's division from the fans, at least, is that first it was the talent, right? But then it was like, give them more. Like, don't just give me an episode of Dynamite with one women's match or a pay-per-view with one women's match or two title matches. Like, this creates almost an opportunity for more equitability, I guess. I mean, you already have let's say you got a TBS title and a women's world title. So that's already a lot. But I think if you want to expand it and really create something for the women to do more and do tag team wrestling for them, then why not? And it doesn't always have to be a fixture on one show over the other. Like, you can balance it and say the women's tag team titles will be defended this Saturday on Collision. And then we'll have a number one contenders match on Dynamite the following week. You can play around with it. So I'm not opposed to it. We'll just have to wait and see. But it creates opportunities for the women who aren't getting the TV time that they deserve. Harley Cameron, she's getting the TV time, but it gives them more of a sense of purpose.
Yeah. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, man. I think this is a great thing for the women's division. I think, like Lewis said, like the talent is there. The women's talent in AEW is really good. I think they've all definitely stepped up this year. Shout out to Toni Storm, because I think without her being one of the pillars of the industry, you don't get these tag team belts probably. So shout out to Toni Storm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, my prediction right there, Toni Storm and Mina will be the first AEW tag team women's champion. Mark that down. I could see that. I could see her getting that as her reward for being such a great champion. But yeah, and I think it, like Lewis said, there is a lot of not only women on the rise. There's women that have been part of AEW for a long time who never really got the shine to be like a world champion or a TBS champion. So I'm thinking of like Anna Jay, Ty Mello, Julia Hart, Sky Blue. Willow,
all about them.
Yeah. And I think Penelope Ford is another one. Megan Bain. Like, you could have all of them. Athena and Billy Starks. There you go. That's a team right there. You could have a women's tag team tournament for sure. There's already groupings there. And yeah, like Lewis said, like, just just by having tag team titles, you're now doubling the women in a match. So there you go. It's kind of an easy cop out to be like, you wanted more women on the show. Now you got a tag team. That's 4 women per match. So it does help out in that sense. You keep everyone happy backstage. I'm sure now they all have something to go after. And yeah, like it helps for storylines as well. Now, if you have set tag teams, that means you could have betrayals down the line. You could have all types of things that happen within the tag team division. So yeah, it's cool. I think it's as long as it's booked correctly and not forgotten about, like things tend to happen in AEW sometimes with like the trios championships. You know, they just go away for a while and then they come back and all of a sudden they're relevant again. Like, nah, like it needs to be something that's actually booked week to week, whether it's on Collision, whether it's on Dynamite. Make them important, make them just as important as the tag team titles on the men's side, and it'll be a good thing. So yeah.
Listen, I agree with you, fellas. I think this is a good thing. Let's just I hope it's booked well. People's been getting on Tony about the booking. Your boys better show up with the booking for this. Like it can't be stupid. It can't not make sense. It's got to be right, Tony. You got to book these women to make them look like stars. Like you got to. So I'm going to say cautiously optimistic with this, but more optimistic, more on the optimistic side. But I'm going to tell you one thing I'm not optimistic about, fellas. I'll tell you right now, and I think I need a little bit of the hater music. The hater music.
The hater music is a bop, though.
The hater music is a bop. I got to tell you the shocking reveal. I need more. The shocking reveal of this breakdown of the pricing.
Even Joe Rogan's disappointed in
that
picture right there.
Even Joe Rogan's face. You got the WrestleMania 42 ticket prices have been released for Vegas of 2026. You look at the 400 section for $854. Now, fellas, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that per night or is that for both nights?
Well, it should be both
that's
nights.
Where I'm lost.
Yeah, as of right now, they're only selling the 2-day combo. So I'm on Ticketmaster right now, and I'm loading it up at the moment. And let's see, the first thing that comes up as far as like the cheapest for the 2-day combo, section 306, $597.70. Obviously before services and fees. So you're looking at over $600 for the 300 section. Now, mind you, this isn't an arena. This is Allegiant Stadium. So that's the cheapest as of this recording. You're paying $600 and change.
Yeah, zoom in on the 300 section. Where are we sitting if we get those tickets right now?
So 300 section.
How far are we from that ring? That ring looks hella small on that map right there.
Oh my god,
bro!
And what row is it? Okay, row 9. We're seeing 713.
Yo,
you keep going down at some point.
So for 2 tickets,
the subtotal
for 2 tickets,
$1,500. That's crazy.
Woo!
I don't know, man. Let me. For some reason,
Quixote, amuse us. Go to keep going down. Go to 200 section.
200 section.
Now, this is piquing everyone's curiosity.
This is now look at 400 section.
What?
Row 10, $841.
$800.
Now,
not even because with taxes and everything, that'll come out to like $900.
So let me go to let's see. So I got them all. Okay, I got them all.
All the filters. You got the VIP packages, the the presidential suites.
Let me see.
This is great.
Oh, so that's for 2 tickets. Okay, so 1 ticket.
If you sitting in,
Come on.
If you
Come
sitting
on,
in the
Ticketmaster.
400 sections, you better bring an iPad with you to watch it
Yeah.
on to watch it on whatever
ESPN.
whatever streaming service. That's crazy too. I just realized because if you it's not on Peacock anymore, so you got to also pay for the ESPN pack.
Yeah.
So you
Now
can't
look at the
even
best seats available.
Ooh,
Yo,
Section
what?
A1.
bro.
32,000.
Yo, not even row 1. That's for row 2. 32,000.
Right, that's for row 2.
Row 5.
Yo, that's ridiculous.
11,000.
Yo, my jaw is dropping. Like, I
32K.
never thought I would see something like that. You're telling me
Who knew?
a ringside seat, not even like ringside, because like
That's
Joel
row
said,
2.
it's the second row. You're telling me
row.
that's 30-something
Yo, that's more.
$1,000?
That's more than some people make in a year, bro. What are they doing?
Like, what the
are
hell?
they doing? What are they
So
doing?
Lewis said something very interesting, and what's going to happen here is that people are going to do the buy now, pay later kind of thing.
You have to.
You have to, unless
you just got it like that. But
unless you got it like that, God bless you. But if not,
even if you got it like that, man, you could spend $32,000 on something way better than fucking WrestleMania. I'm sorry,
So
and
this is row
we're
19.
3 marks on this fucking podcast.
right,
$32,000, man. That's a down payment on a house in some
Yeah.
places. That's
a
a hefty down payment in a house in some places.
I know.
And Joel, like you said, not even row 1.
That's ridiculous, man. What are they
Not even
doing?
row 1.
What are
Lowest prices, 306, as you can see in the cursor, all the way in hell.
damn.
No, I'm sorry, that's heaven. You're sitting in heaven.
That's that God's lap, like my boy said.
You're sitting on God's lap.
Yeah, it might as well be
500
God's lap because, and mind you, that's not even the 400 section.
Bro. Yeah, that's not even the 400.
Yeah, click that 411 section up there.
411?
Yeah, all the way on the top, tippy top. Yeah, it was 1,500.
So
Wait,
this
that's
is
for
what's
one
left.
ticket? Oh, well, that's got to be like a VIP package.
Oh, okay. Oh, that might be a box. That might be a box.
That's probably like a suite. Which
these are-
okay, that makes a little bit of sense.
So 3,000.
still
But here's
crazy,
my
though.
question. So guys, so we're looking at the price for both nights for 2 people because I have 2 tickets clicked on here. So that's that's wild. That's unbelievable. Now if you look at the stadium, there's a lot of tickets left. Will these be mostly sold by January?
Nah,
No.
I don't think so.
So do you think there'll be open seats for Mania?
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? I don't think there'll be open seats per se, but I think that they'll probably adjust some pricing and stuff because right now that is way too expensive. Way too expensive for it to instantly sell out. Think about it this way. The pre-sale was yesterday. And the tickets to the general public went on sale today, 24 hours later. If this were 3, 4, 5 years ago, this would have been a sellout, or at least like 85 to 90% sold out. Because you remember, Quixote, when we had to deal with bots and all of that, like just boom, 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 everything was just happening instantly. When we were trying to get tickets for SoFi Stadium all those years back, and that was going rapidly. But if you notice, you pull up Ticketmaster now for WrestleMania 40. What are we on? 42 next year.
42.
There is an abundance of tickets still available because inflation has affected it. Inflation has negatively impacted that. So now it's no longer a thing where if WrestleMania tickets go on sale, Royal Rumble tickets go on sale, SummerSlam tickets go on sale, Survivor Series coming up soon. It's no longer a thing where you have to rush the day of the pre-sale or afterwards because it's not really going to sell out that fast. It's just not. Like you see this economy, like people don't got money to throw around like that. Not the casual fan. And even though WWE is slowly steering away from the casual fan in terms of ticket prices, the casual fan is the one they're the ones that put money in your pockets the most because they're the dedicated ones that give you the streaming numbers, buy the merchandise, take their kids and families to the live events. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be plenty of seats for the next couple of months. Plenty.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're looking at some of the other wrestling podcasts were flabbergasted. They looked at these and were like, "Yo, I don't think I'm going for the next 2 years." Saudi Arabia and Vegas, like you could count me out immediately. You could count me out. I can't wait to see those Saudi Arabia ticket prices.
I'm dying to see that when those go on sale.
Crazy.
I'm going to tell you right now, we may get the first possible $1 million seat.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to say it right now.
Probably
$1 million seat.
Saudi Arabia. Here's my prediction. Saudi Arabia WrestleMania will produce the first $1 million seat.
And they're gonna promote it like it's a good thing.
Like it's a good thing. Yes. They're gonna promote it like it's a good thing. We broke records.
We broke the gate because we sold 5 tickets.
5 tickets worth of, I guarantee, fellas, hear me now. If this company is still rolling in dough, which it probably will be, and when Saudi Arabia comes along, we will get the first $1 million. If it ain't $1 million, $500,000 by $500,000 minimum. But I'm going $1 million seat.
And that's like a year from now when they go on sale. So
yeah, $1 million seat.
That's crazy. I will say this. Looking at, let's just say the 300 section, right? Like if I'm willing to, and if I had it, right, $600 for a 2-day combo, it's not terrible.
No.
And it's not like the tippy top. It's up there, but it's not the tippy top, because I think if you're a smart fan, right, you're not paying for the match quality of WrestleMania necessarily. What you're paying for is the ambiance, the experience, the moments, especially since WWE prioritizes those wild viral moments. You're really going for the overall experience. I don't think, again, the smart fans aren't buying the tickets to be like, this is going to be the greatest wrestling event in history. No, they're going over there to have a buzzworthy event to be present for, and to just enjoy the experience with fans all around in attendance and share those moments and all that. So in that sense, it's not terrible. However, when you factor in flights and hotel stay or Airbnb, food, and spending money with merchandise, food, drink.
Yeah.
You to comfortably go to Vegas, you're gonna need like a good 3 G's. Comfortably. Yeah. I mean, am I crazy for saying that?
No, Lewis, you and I, we are the last of a dying breed, my friend. We went to the last affordable Mania. We did. LA. What was that, 39? 39?
Yeah. Well, 40 was, because I spoke to one of my good friends. Shout out to my homeboy Jonathan. He said 40 was really the last time. That was really 40. The last affordable one. And Gio went to 40 as well. Shout out to Gio.
I would say 40.
But,
so 39
we
and 40
were definitely the last of a dying breed.
Yeah, that was it.
Guys, what happened at WrestleMania 40? It all goes back to my last episode, my hater segment last week. It's all Cody Rhodes' fault. He ruined He made it unaffordable for everybody.
He ruined it.
He finished the story. Therefore, that was his, going back to Thanos, that was his way of getting the Infinity Gauntlet and hitting the snap.
He's literally the American Nightmare. Now we're all dealing with this, the repression, the Great Depression of wrestling fans. We can't even afford tickets anymore.
Damn, you're right.
It's all Cody Rhodes' fault.
It's his fault.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah, it's all your fault. All your fault, man. Fellas, listen, it's been a pleasure. This is episode 106, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode. If you got it, good for you. God bless. But if not, and you're trying to go, don't try to go, y'all. It ain't worth it. Don't put yourself in debt to try to go get a 500 levels ticket, and those don't even exist. But they may make those folding chairs and put them joints right outside and be like, "Yo, this seat right here, $355." Like they might do something like that, man. But listen, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Thank y'all, social media. Everybody's following on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff, TikTok. Keep the conversation going. Until next time, fellas. Peace.
You have just listened to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, a Scriptly adapted production. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at On the Mark Wrestling. And email us on onthemarkpodcast@gmail.com.